Hi guys, welcome back to Barrovian Made, and in this video, I don't know what I'm doing, but you know what I'm doing because it's in the title. So, basically, moral of the story, we have a follower that has donated a load of pallet wood to me. Now, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these pallets. The person that got them were collecting them to build a nice pallet wall. As you can see, they're full of these little nails from a nail gun he's used to put them up against the wall. These sort of pallets I would usually stay away from. They're very thin, very beaten up. If I was out driving, I'd carry on driving. So uh, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but I know what I am going to do is there's so many little annoying nails that we eat like too much to take out. So I'm just going to cut all the nails off, and we'll see where we go from there. So I'm going to get on the table saw, cut all the nails off, and start arranging them in different sizes. Right, so I won't lie to you, it's been about a month since I've cut it all up, and it has just been sat collecting dust underneath my desk. But I think I have somewhat of an idea of what I'm going to do now. I'm not going to reveal it just yet because I might change my mind. But what I'm going to do right now is cut them into 1-inch thick strips and glue them all together up into a nice big board. And well, you just have to wait and see what we come up with. Right, so we've taken everything out the clamps now. We have our little slab all glued up. And the only thing I can think to make out of this that we have enough material for is a charcuterie board. And how I came to this conclusion is I could probably do with one. Me and my friends have been going for a lot of campfires recently, doing a lot of barbecues and stuff. So it'd be good to have something I could keep in my car to put food and other bits on while we are out and about. So I'm going to be making a charcuterie board. All we got to do now, get the router sled out, flatten it all out, cut it to size, put in some juice grooves, put some handles in, give it a good sand, and we'll be there. So I'm going to quit talking, I'll put you on a time lapse, and we'll get this flattened. Right, so it's been about a week. By the way, you mic, who this? What do you call it? Yeah, my old microphone, and well, this old microphone broke. This was only like a tenner from fucking Amazon, so no wonder it broke. But we splashed out a little bit. I thought I'd get a nicer one. This was about £50. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the microphone. We're here to talk about the charcuterie board. You might notice there are some inlays in it. I'll link the video up in the corner. I wanted to do a separate video just to show beginners how easy an inlay can actually be.
So I did a bunch of inlays on this to get rid of all the nail holes and stuff. I think it looks quite nice. But one thing, it's been about a week since I last touched this. I came in during the week to quickly grab a tape measure for something I was doing in the house. It cupped on me, and for some reason it's straightened out a bit now. I don't know if you can tell, there's a very, very, very slight bend to it. So we're going to put some breadboard ends in this. If you don't know what a breadboard end is, here's a little description of what it is. And we have these two bits here that we're going to try and add to the ends here to try keep this nice and straight. Ha! Split right now.
Oh my god, guys, it is not my day at all. My glue bottle just exploded and there's glue dripping everywhere. Look at this mess. Part of learning though, guys. At some point I am bound to find a solution and I can carry that knowledge onto the next project. I can hear it splintering already. Oh, and I'm just getting glue everywhere in the workshop. That's split as well. Right, tell you what, we're just going to take it all out of pumps. And we will regroup tomorrow. Have another crack at it there. God damn it, I didn't even notice. Spilled my glue again. Right, I am back. We're caffeinated. I've got me dog walked. I've chilled out, and I've had time to think. So that little meltdown you just watched there, basically what it boils down to is something isn't right, something isn't square. And when I am bringing the breadboards in to where they're going to be finally sitting, the pieces of wood are splitting. So my plan is I'm going to do exactly the same thing I did before. I'm going to cut them out. I'm going to taper these parts at the top. As you can see, it's all covered in glue. I'm going to have to clean that up before putting the new one on. But I'm going to round these edges over, so when it's finally sitting, it's not going to push and expand the boards open. I'm going to not make it as tight. I'm going to settle on a looser fit up. I might have to come back at the end with some sawdust and wood glue, and if there is any gaps, fill them up. But this is driving me insane. So we're going to get this done. This is the last time I am going to do this before we redo everything. Let's get started. All right, guys, I think I've got it this time. What I did was I had this set up in the clamp. I used a chisel to come in on here. I put a very, very slight angle in it, and I just started scraping to try make a very, very, very shallow dovetail. It's you know, if you look at it with the naked eye, it looks square. I've cut these out and I've labeled them A and B, so I know they fit on either side. I don't know which one to put it on. What side is this? This is B side. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to glue these up, put it on here by hand, take it in the clamps, clamp it up, pinch it up, and hopefully this is our last time doing this. Let's move on to the clamps. I pray this is the last time I have to do this. Let's put an offcut in there. I don't know why I'm so tense. Please just work.
All right, no cracking yet. That's a good sign. Oh God, no, a hair crack. Please just be superficial. Oh, oh no. All right, hopefully it's not cracking. I'm hearing noises and I'm scarred. This side here, side A, it's buttoned up perfect. It's right up against there. It's all nice. That side's all good. This side doesn't seem to be closing. What do you think, guys? More clampage? Let's see if we can get it further down. I should wear a heart rate monitor for this sort of stuff. I can show you guys how nervous I am. Right. Come on. Close up. Yes, 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 yes. She's closing up. Right. Let's nip this middle one up a little bit more. I think that's it. I think we've done it. Thank the Lord. Right. I'm not going to speak too soon. We're going to wait for this to dry and we'll come back. Right, guys, we were successful with the breadboard ends. We have gotten this nice and flat. You can see there's no rocking whatsoever. Perfectly flat. So we finally got it done. The seams, they're all okay. It's not cracked. Brilliant. As you can tell, I've already gone ahead, planed these flat to the surface, and I've gone ahead and squared it all up on the table saw now. What I want to do now is create some juice grooves, and I'm going to do it with this weird, dodgy little setup. No idea what this guide is off or what it's even for. It came with some tool. No idea. It doesn't fit this, but from the bit to the edge, it's perfect for how I want this. So I just clamped it on, and I'm going to go around and do my best to keep the straightest line possible. Never done juice grooves in a board before. I'm not very good with a router. Things seem to slide and move. So fingers crossed we can get it done. I guess we'll just go for it, cross our fingers and hope for the best. I just realised I'm going to go right through my inlays. Oh. I probably should have checked that before deciding how far I want the juice grooves to sit in. I can't really change anything about it now, so I'm just going to have to crack on and hopefully it doesn't look bad. I was worried a bunch of gaps would open up once I broke that surface, but it looks like they're still sitting nicely. For some reason that one's not as deep. Plunge back down and try again. All those grooves are in now. I have a feeling I should have really done this after I sanded it, because maybe the little bumps and stuff. Yeah, there's a few places where it looks like it just dips down for a second. Not a lot, only like a millimeter or so. But yeah, these are going to be really annoying to sand. This has just got to be hand sanded, isn't it? So set myself up there. I do also want to put some handles in here, but not quite sure how I'm going to do that. I'll have a little think. Right, so I have a plan. I've got this set up in the vise, and I got a little thing down here to make sure this is nice and solid. Here is where I want my little groove to be able to put your hands in. This has been my solution. I've just put a little shim in there, so when this comes down, that's sitting at roughly in the middle of there. I will do one pass on this side, flip it over and do one pass on that side, just to make sure it is actually in the middle. But there's nothing for it but just to send it, really. So let's have a look and see. Tell you what, to make this a bit easier as well, I'll put some oil on this to wax it up a little bit. You know, just to make it a little bit more slippy and slidey, so I'm not, you know, getting caught on anything. Can slide a little bit more easy, you know. All right, let's stop stalling and go for it. Looks like I did pretty good. We're like pretty much in the middle there. But I'll flip it over it. Actually, I'll flip the workpiece rather than flipping that. Alright, so we know that's in the middle now. We have a nice little groove for our fingers to sit in. Let's go ahead and do the other side. There we go. I won't bother going around to the other side and doing that because we've already established that. It's nice and good in the middle, but there are our handles. We can comfortably hold it like that. Yeah. I'm liking this. Now we're on to sanding, and because of how rough this is and there's quite a lot of chip out, there is a lot of sanding to do. Whoopee. So I'm going to start off with 40 grit and really just try keep it consistent as possible so we can rip off a good like 2 millimeters or so of material and get this down to all nice flat looking nice wood, if that makes any sense. And then we're going to work our way all the way up to 320 grit. And oh, what's that? Stuck on a bit of sandpaper. Oh well, stick it on and let's get sanding. All nice and sanded now. We managed to get all the pits and stuff out, all the high spots. These juice grooves were a pain in my backside to hand sand, and I haven't got it as perfect as I wanted it to. As you can see in the corner, well, especially in the corners, there's burn marks from the router, but I don't have all day. This is a charcuterie board for myself. It's currently rocking because I've got it propped up on some wood so the table doesn't scratch it. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to get some hard wax oil and see what it looks like. I'm hoping for some good results. Let's do a nice big dollop of it in the middle. And let's spread it out and let it soak in. Oh, I really like this wood here. That's really nice. When you're doing wax finishes and stuff, I think it's very important to go overboard with it and let the wood soak up as much as possible. Because this stuff, it does harden, this hard wax oil. It's in the name, hard wax oil. So if you can get the wood to soak up as much as possible before wiping off the excess, it's got to be protected for a lot longer than it would do if you just quickly went over it and wiped it back off straight away. But I think this is looking really nice right now. It's not really like something I'd usually do. It's not really my vibe. I quite like darker woods and stuff. Like you see this wood here on all these bits. This is the sort of like look I like, not this sort of light tone. But I think it looks really nice. I can see it in someone's house, but I'm not selling this. One, I don't think the quality is right. Two, I need one. So this is going to be mine. Just going to do circles and work it in. I can see it's already soaking up in quite a lot of places. Let's keep doing circles, make sure I get it all nice and even. And then we'll let it soak in for a bit, and then I'll wipe the excess off. Alright guys, and that's the end of the video. Sorry, my camera died. I'll throw some photos up just after this to show you what the actual charcuterie board came out and looked like. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I need to get better at juice grooves. Maybe I need a sharper bit to prevent all the burning and stuff. But that's something for the future. Something knowledge we take on to the next project. And yeah, I hope you like the video. I hope you like the board. Here's some photos now. I'll see you later. Right guys, we're back. We got the table. Well, we up. It's